So how's the new meta looking post these modern decks? So make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. $20 is what has been called a once in a Yu-Gi-Oh opportunity for this. So I saw conversation about, I believe it was Shunping that just won an event with the buying one legendary deck and was able to build a deck out of the box and be able to, I think he topped the regional with the deck, which is amazing news to budget players. All right, I assume I think that list is going to be up sometime in the next couple of days if it's not already up. I'd go check that out so you can get a little bit of an insight as to what's going on with this. But the legendary modern decks have fundamentally made this game one of the cheapest it's ever been. You know, unfortunately, the optimized number is to go spend the $90 and get the 3 legendary modern decks, so you have the full, Sky Striker package because you get the multiple zeros. You've also got the Mitsurugi pile as well that you could work with, which was another really good option. I will say, if you're picking up just one of these and you want to either play Sky Striker or you want to play, Mitsurugi, both options are there. Actually, Shunping might have played the Mitsurugi deck out of the box, but either way. All right, the point is, you pick up this deck or this product, you can play. It's got, early access to the Charmings. It's got, only 1-0, which is fine, but the Mitsurugi deck is crazy. Triple droplet, you get triple ash, you have multiple thrusts. This is crazy right now for how the game's going. Now, that's for budget Yu-Gi-Oh! I gotta give Konami credit. I mean, truly, if $20 is not in your budget to play this game, go talk to some of the people at your locals. I'm sure if you're a new player or they know that you don't have, the funds to this, I assume a lot of the local community will help you out and get you started in the game because, you reach a certain point where you've got, 10 play sets of Ash, they'll help you out. So you just have to initiate the conversation with this. And this is one thing that it is hard to talk to people. It is hard to have a conversation and say, hey, trying to get a little bit more competitive at this game. Have that conversation, and just start growing with your community. And that's the biggest, hardest step for a lot of people is just the opening dialogue. I know, telling people to ask their local community for help. Trust me, your local community will help you. They are not terrible people. All right, so there's that. Budget Yu-Gi-Oh! Looking great right now. Now I want to talk about the application or implication of Chamellia smashing down that front door and just going, surprise! Chamellia has made it so any 2 monsters is now full Sky Striker combo. Well, it is technically full Sky Striker combo, but it is also full Yummy combo, which is the thing that we're seeing a lot of these decks doing, and it's going to be something that is going to kind of pop up a little bit more now. Had we had Chamellia much earlier on, before Yummy restrictions and all of this, there would have been a genuine conversation to talk about Chamellia needing to be banned. I think everybody would have not liked being able to drop down, engage, and or Hornet drones off of this card, convert into, dear old Kagari, add it back. Congratulations, you have your Link one, you have your token you've now made, you've unlocked the legendary full Yummy combo. And that's something that we've been seeing a lot of decks right now doing, is with already existing Yummy, you can kind of pivot however you want to. If you're playing a Yummy combo variant and another pile. Triff has already been doing famously well with the combined 4 decks together and make it work. And that's kind of the thing, right? If you've got enough engines in the deck, this is assuming that the deck is going to be consistent, it's going to work. Every matchup could be a different engine harmonizing with the other package, and your opponent just might not necessarily know how to handle what's going on. One game they might get hit with full Yummy combo, next game it might be Azumina Mitsurugi, and they're just what am I supposed to do about this? This is why these 60 card pile decks can get a little bit dicey, but, you know, it's high risk, high reward. You know, you play these different engines within this deck because, in theory, it's going to harmonize together enough to be able to work. And I do like that. That is a space right now that not a lot of people are exploring. It's definitely one that I think is going to continue to do very, very, very well. So something to kind of explore on that topic. Now, Draco Tail, if you want a deck right now that is just going to be the baseline, you know, like, I don't want to play Yummy because I don't want to do too much thinking, you know, you can just go pick up Draco Tail. Now, Draco Tail does involve, you know, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, Chainlink 4, stacking up your chains in a way to make sure that you don't get, you know, effectively invalidated. But that's not a problem. You know, when you're playing this deck, it's just going to be designing, you know, which play lines to accurately go down and get your field set up. You do have to know that the mirror match can get a wee little bit complicated. There's also auto blow-up buttons. Secretarian Dragon, for example, that your opponent can just steal your cards, make it, and you're just like, you know, there's that. And that's kind of like the downside that I would have to wanting to walk into an event right now playing Draco Tail, because there's a lot of Draco Tail right now, and I mean, it's a lot. And you do, like, you do have to be prepared for the matchup. It's definitely the one to go to. This is why I like walking in and playing Sky Striker. If you know you're going to be in a heavy Draco Tail meta, then walking in and playing Sky Striker is not a terrible matchup. It's very, very, very grindy. But, like, you know, the minute they do the spell negate, you can go, ha ha ha, you know, linkage off your spell card, and you're going to go into such a good position overall. It's kind of horrifyingly scary just how much that little matchup can kind of shape up and or spiral out of control depending on, you know, how things are going. So that's kind of an important thing to me right now. Sky Striker, and I, once again, you know, go watch Shun YGO Labs video on the, you know, the $20 Sky Striker deck that they won. But, like, fully extending out, you know, having visions, having the crowns, you know, having the full toolbox of options available to you. That's the reason why I like Striker right now. You also are playing a deck that really can take people by surprise. It actually is kind of interesting to me that, as of right now, I assume as more of this meta flushes itself out, it'll be a different story. But for now, players just, I don't feel like they respect Striker as a deck, or they're just under-prepared for Striker. But I guess you could say that about a lot of the Rogue in the meta right now, though. Is Striker moving up in the world? Are we still Rogue, or are we top 10 now? That'll be something I'll have to reevaluate in April as we kind of head into that new month. But I do think right now Striker is one of the decks that, if players aren't going to respect it, you're going to be able just to generate a huge land field of advantage and just blow up the game. It's also like where Illusion Gate comes in. I think that card is bonkers. Monster Reborn and Raigeki all written on one card is an insane concept. Obviously, if they go spell it, like, sorry, it happens, like, enough. I've already had my Illusion Gate get belled and I cried. You've also got cards like Raigeki that are just like, watch your opponent build their board. Oh, you don't have a negate? All right, cool. Well, there just went all of that, you know, huge advantage that you spent all of that time building up. Like, it's kind of crazy, truthfully. But I think where this meta is going right now, at least right now, you know, the modern decks, Chamellia was a good shakeup. Budget Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing insanely well right now. Draco Tail's still kind of the annoying deck in the room, and we finally get to play Sky Striker at a capacity that actually feels decently well, and I everything's lining up. I don't see, like, there's problems in the format for sure that need to get cleaned up, but from where we are right now, it's looking better than it's looked previously. And I would rather have cheaper Yu-Gi-Oh! And have, like, a toxic format. At least you can play the game now affordably. It's, you know, still going to be, you know, some bad to it. But talk about that later. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.